Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our breaking news, a second edition to top stories today on the BuzWeaver channel from Zero Hedge. Nancy Pelosi steps down as leader of House Democrats after 20 years. That's right, what we have been anticipating and what the Democrats and the mainstream media have been trying to delay now for well over a week, and that is announcing the fact that the Republicans have taken over the House, which gives people a sense of hope, a sense of direction that something practical, cogent, common sense could be upon us. Let's hope that the House will take the measures and the interest in pursuing investigations into areas that need to be exposed that we have talked about here on the channel. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat California, has just announced she is stepping down as leader of the House Democrats after 20 years. I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress, Pelosi said Thursday on the House floor. Pelosi, 82, who is leaving the post as Republicans are set to take control of the House in January following the midterm election, is absolutely amazing. And I commend her as being 82 years old to have the clarity, to have the wit, to have the sharpness, to have the articulation at her age in comparison to the establishment-appointed vote-by-mail surrogate president, Joe Biden, which is absolutely extraordinary. Never did I think I'd go from homemaker to House Speaker. Well, I'm not sure what she has planned ahead for herself now that she is stepping down. I think she has served her many years in Congress as a representative of California in San Francisco. Maybe she can go back home and perhaps help her area where she is from. Pelosi said she would remain in Congress, saying there was no greater official honor than to represent her San Francisco district. Well, I think they could do a lot more. They could do a lot more to help San Francisco, but hey, this is what these people vote for, so they get what they get. From Forbes, breaking, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi announces she will not run for re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress, as we have just read. Now, of course, the Democrats and the mainstream media tried to stave this off for quite some time, but of course, they had to come around to announcing the reality of what was going on. If Pelosi stayed on, she would be relegated to minority leader. Oh my goodness, not the minority leader. For the third time in her 2 decades as House Democrat leader. Now, I just say that kind of tongue-in-cheek. Being a minority leader does not necessarily mean that is not a particular position of authority, as many of them enjoy their authority. President Biden said, the nation owes Nancy Pelosi a deep debt of gratitude for her service, hailing her as fierce defender of democracy. I am pretty sure, I would like to hear him actually say that, to be totally honest, because obviously when it's written form, it's clear, it's coherent, and it's articulated. However, I would just like to hear him say that, because if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to my main channel here on any of the platforms you are watching me on and see the video shorts, you will very easily see how Joe Biden attempts to speak and the way he speaks, if he's able to complete sentences and so forth and so on. And again, that's not to be derisive. That's not to be cruel towards the man. It's just to simply demonstrate to everyone who continues to suggest and imply that he is capable to be in a position of leadership. As one wit commented, I bet she will get hammered tonight. Now, of course, I have my own jokes in that reference, but of course, I'm sure that's going to be going all over the internet today, particularly on Twitter, perhaps. Interesting changes. Will this be her new office? And of course, that's just kind of a joke on her insider information, because as you know, we talk about here on the BuzWeaver channel, how the government, of course, always has to appear as though it is in control, as though it knows what's going on, as though it has the solutions, and it is able to function and provide confidence to the people so that they never look as though they are confused, uncertain, and don't know the direction that they are going in. However, common sense people can often see the struggle, and that's okay. It's okay to deal with trouble and problems and get through it. But of course, they always need to show a sense of confidence and strength to the people, project it, as many people like to say. They have to project that, or as the media often say, the optics of it all. But nonetheless, guys, Nancy Pelosi is out, stepping down. She's been voted out. I hope we can continue to move forward with this. I'm interested to see if the House will actually conduct investigations into exposing what the Democrats have been doing, because if you haven't already, in today's earlier video, which has, of course, been set to limited ads, the Democrats were going after President Trump under the 14th Amendment. Yet again, how many times, how many videos must one make to illustrate the absurdity, the just pure hatred that these people have of Donald Trump, which is why I am so glad that he is announcing, because he terrifies them to death. And, of course, I would prefer that our country have a good economy, have strength and courage, respected in the world yet again, because we've already seen how Russia has treated the current leadership, not being concerned, and of course China, and so forth and so on. But you guys have to get gas. You guys have to get groceries. You guys have seen your 401ks. You've seen your IRAs. You paid your bills. You see that everything is going up. You understand this. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for your support, your like, your shares, and your comments on many of these videos, because it lets the algorithm know that you support conservative commentary despite the fear that YouTube has of cancel culture and wokeness. So thank all of you for your continued support. Appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon for those of you here watching on YouTube. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I will see you guys probably in the Friday vlog.